The gentleman from Prince William, Mr. Lingamfelter.
Mr. Speaker, rise for a point of personal privilege.
Gentleman has the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I hesitate to rise on this topic primarily because I don't normally speak to national issues in this body, nor do I think that it's good to introduce any more division than what our country already has gone through in recent months with the most recent election. Mr. Speaker, I've served this country for a very long time, and so have many of you in the military. And guarding classified material is not a joke. It is a very serious issue, which is an individual responsibility of every single person that has access to classified material. I have been trusted in my career with the highest classified material that we probably have in the country. And I have approached that with the utmost seriousness. And I want you to understand this. Lives are at stake when you release classified information that you have no authority whatsoever to make public. I was shocked and deeply disappointed and frankly angered when I learned yesterday that the president gave commutation to Army Private Manning for the crimes for which that private was justly convicted in a court of law. Private Manning released classified information. He was not authorized to release that information, but Mr. Speaker, he was trusted by his government to maintain its confidentiality. He had no legal, no moral, or any other rationalized reason to release that information to anybody who was not otherwise authorized to receive that information. And for that, a court of law convicted him for 35 years in the federal prison at Leavenworth. It was a just and fair sentence. The president chose to commute that sentence, which is his right. There were huge consequences to Private Manning's actions. Ambassadors were forced to resign. CIA station chiefs were forced to return back to the United States. And the Taliban in Afghanistan went on a killing spree against Afghanis who willingly supported the United States to bring peace to that war-torn nation. Please do not buy what Private Manning's defense attorney says when he tells you no one was hurt. That is palpably false. There are many words I have used in my head to describe how I feel about what has happened in this commutation. And I'm not going to use those words here, because using those words will do the very thing that I don't want to see us suffer any longer, which is the division in this country that's destroying it. But this was an outrageous act. And for those of us who have served loyally, faithfully, according to the law in the United States military, it is a betrayal. It sends the worst message. We're not talking about mercy here. We're talking about the message we send to people who believe that they have the right to make a decision about whether or not to release classified information that is not their right to release. And pretend as if no one is hurt. Oh, it's just the Afghanis. They stood with us. They stood with us. They wanted a better life. And the Taliban went on a killing spree as a result of this. Mr. Speaker, I can only hope and pray that in the course of the next several hours, that President Obama resists the temptation to pardon Sergeant Bergdahl before he goes before a court of law to be tried as he should be for the charges and the actions he is alleged to have committed. And I fear that he may be. And I pray that justice will be done in that case, as it was done in this case. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.